in on a Concord or Kurogi sponsorship. So in the school we have very beautiful marimbas from Kurogi. And then he was, since this was in Rotterdam and in Holland, he was asked to do some kind of sponsorship with Adams. And he said, no, I don't want to change. Why? Because I like so much the marimbas from Concord. And at that time, Adams had quite wide bars in the 5 of the marimbas. So he said, okay, if you can make me a marimba exactly the same size of the bars. So it's actually, they stole it from Concord. And then he was traveling so much, so he wanted a marimba that was quite easy to travel with. So that's, I don't know if you have picked this down, but that was the idea, that you can, take this in parts. And also he had an idea that you can buy 2 different versions, so you easily can do an A marimba from a C marimba, which I never seen anyone done, because it's quite much work to do, but that was the idea. And you can see this shape of the, in this corner, it's shaped like this. And the idea, it came from Deegan instruments, and that's to avoid, very often if you have something, I'm not sure this will, but very often if you have, I'm not super sure you will hear it, but very often if you go on the deeper, no, it's okay, but sometimes you hear very much from the frame when it's directly, and that's this kind of shape avoid this kind of frame sound. So it's a very, very clever. And in that time when it was new, I think it was 94 or 95. We turned to change all the marimbas in the school, of course, and he had an idea that his name, the Franchise model, should be, something extra. So he wanted all the students to buy them, and I said I don't have any money. But then he had some kind of sponsorships. He said, if you can pick a marimba, Daniel, and then you pay me, like in 2 years, you can pay me off. So I paid my teacher for 2 years, but I could go to the factory myself and pick every bar for my instrument. Yeah. So I still have, don't stay to bachelor, but I still have my Adams in my practice room, and I choose every bar. And in the beginning, of course, they wanted the marimba to sound extremely good, so they chose extremely good wood in the beginning. Nowadays it's a very huge problem worldwide finding good wood. So it's I don't know about the future, but they're looking for some new wood, because it's very, very hard to find good wood. So if you find an old marimba, buy it. that will sound probably, if you have a marimba 20 years old or more, that sounds good, it will sound good forever, I guess. Yeah. And since I work with Bergerot, I can also pick my bars, and I do. But since the bars is new, the change of tuning is since it doesn't dry enough nowadays. It's a little bit of problem with new marimbas. So yeah, I always I call them every month. Okay, new bars. But now I had the big marimba I had for like 6 years, so it's really good. Okay.